Thank you. Given the current economic climate, both globally and locally, do you believe that the city of Paterson is ready for local control? If so, what steps will you take to ensure that we are successful in having local control? We will start with Ms. Guzman.
Yes. I believe our city of Paterson is ready for local control. We have been waiting for it for a very, very long time. We're going on 20 years now. I was actually still in the educational system when the state came and took over. What we need to do is bring the community together and work together with the community, with our council members, with our mayor, our superintendent, our administrators, and work on different ideas that we can work together to move this district forward. We need to unite more than ever because it's actually something that we have been waiting for a very long time, something that's going to benefit our children, something that's going to benefit our school system. And yes, indeed, it is very important and for everyone, for each and every member of the community to get united and to get more informed and educated on the importance of local control and the impact and changes that it will provide to our district, being that we will not any longer be taken over by the state of Trenton, where we ourselves here in the city are taxpayers and it's our children that attend Paterson Public Schools. So we will be the ones in conjunction working together to make the proper decisions that will benefit our children.
Thank you. Dr. Hodges?
The notion that we cannot have local control is insulting and repugnant to me. As the chair of the Urban Boards Committee of the New Jersey School Board Association, I interact with board members from all across the state. And in our conversations, you get a sense of what their boards are doing in their respective towns and communities. And it is no different, and in many cases, they're not anywhere near what we've been asked to do and the kinds of things that we do without the imprimatur of the board title, the full board title. This is and has been a political process. I'm not going to get off on a tangent because I will get angry. I'll simply say, yes, we can have local control. Yes, we're ready. The things that we need to work on, other districts already struggle with in terms of curriculum and instruction. We have been very conscious to make sure that we have put things in place in terms of governance. We are monitoring the fiscal operations of the district. Certainly, we've been in the forefront of pushing our needs and operations in terms of facilities. So this board is operating, actually we're way ahead of people in terms of working with our legislature, traveling to Trenton to advocate. We do things that people in the other districts are shocked about. So the notion again that we are, even the question as to whether we're prepared for local control, to me is simply, it's a moot one, and I don't think I want to comment on it any further.
Thank you. Ms. Barcenas?
I say yes, yes, yes. The city of Paterson is definitely ready for local control. We've been under the yoke of the state and the city of Trenton for more than 20 years. I believe that under the state control, we have not made great strides, our educational system here. If anything, something that I've tapped into while I was working for a college was the fact that our students are still in much need and in much danger. We're losing generations upon generations of our students, and the state has not made it any more crystal clear than the fact that we do need to have local control back. Essentially, it'll give us autonomy. The commissioners, it'll give us more of a stronger voice when it comes for us with moving our legislation, when making when voting. Also, it's about accountability at the end of the day as well, because we could hold our superintendents a lot more accountable if we do have local control back. If they're not doing a great job, the commissioners could actually take more of a control and do something about it. And I know my city of Paterson, and I know my residents, they like to be very vocal, and as far as their issues, they're on top and aware of everything that's taking place, and I know that they want to be part of that process when it comes to voting in for certain issues, especially when it comes to education. So once again, yes, we are very ready for local control back.
Thank you.
Thank you. If we move to local control, what skill do you have to help balance a budget? And do you think the city of Paterson is ready for that? Dr. Hodges.
Balancing a budget? I'm not sure. Well, what you end up doing is you take the funds you have, and the important thing is trying to develop the curricular imperatives that will drive your budget. So what you're doing is, once you have the figure that you're going to be allowed to work with, on the one hand, you certainly have to continue to advocate for more. But when you have the funds, you then look at the problems that you are facing, your strategic plan, and you address the dollars to the actions that will remediate some of those problem areas, plus pay your teachers, but you're trying to gradually decrease the areas that are deficient in your system. That will help you balance your budget. It's extremely important that you determine what your curricular directions are first. Then you complement the process with the programs that will enhance those curricular imperatives, and you move forward that way.
Thank you, Dr. Hudson. Ms. Parsons.
Yes. I believe when it comes to the budget, essentially you need to evaluate where are the needs first, where are the deficiencies first, make a proper assessment of what it is that our students are lacking and where they need it first and foremost. And we need to properly fund a lot more our special education programs, our early childhood programs, our ESL programs, our music and our arts, making sure that our schools are properly equipped with their science labs, with their chemicals, with all the proper resources, and again, our facilities, making sure that they are safe havens and that they are properly in the right conditions for our students to be in them and not be overcrowded as well. So once again, it's about making that initial assessment, seeing where the cracks and the loopholes are at, and making sure that we take that budget and we fill those holes, and that is being allocated directly, once again, to our kids and to the benefit of them only. And again, with how do we move that agenda? How do we further that progress? We move it along with teammanship, with a collective effort, with the fellow commissioners, with the superintendents, having healthy conversations with our municipal leaders as well, and making sure that, and get the parents involved. Again, the city of Paterson and our residents and our parents do have a say, and they do like to be vociferous, and they do like to vocalize this. So again, making sure that it's a collective effort, a teammanship effort, but once again, making sure that it's an accountable process and that we're making the proper assessment first, and that it's being funneled and allocated directly to our kids and the betterment of their education.
Thank you. Ms. Guzman.
The budget is one of the most important topics of a district in our city when it comes to the education, because with our budget, there's nothing we could do without our budget. So once we have a budget and being back to local control, I myself would work together in conjunction with the administrators and with the Board of Education members to make sure that the budget is implemented in the areas of need. First, making sure that all the curriculum requirements and necessities that are needed in the classrooms are in place. We need to make sure that what each and every teacher needs is able and available, ready for them to begin their coursework each and every school year. Then we need to focus on our teachers, which will be the ones that will be providing the education to our children and making sure and implementing the curriculum for them to move forward. We need to focus on the programs and extracurricular programs that are needed, our special education classes, our ESL classes, all those programs and services, music and arts that we need and are necessary for our children. It's fundamental for their learning. So our budget is very important. We need to work on that efficiently, make sure that each and every area that needs to be represented budgetary-wise is represented, and engage our community. We need to engage them on the process, let our community know how the budget works, with the monies that come into the district, and how, as board members, if we return back to local control, how we will try and make sure and put all of our efforts that the money is being placed adequately in the areas that it needs to be placed for our children's betterment and their education.
Thank you, Ms.